I got the Goji Berry cut-ins in the mail today, and what I was afraid of was them coming in frozen, and they're really cold, but luckily not frozen. I'm just going to keep them in the bag that they're in for a little while and let them acclimate to the temperature in the house before I do anything with them. I also got black goji berries, and these are seeds, so I'm going to try cut-ins and seeds. This is day 2. I opened the bag and put a little air in it and let the cut-ins acclimate to the room temperature, and as you can see, when I got it out of the mail and took them out, there's plenty of leaves that dropped, but they'll pretty much replace themselves. And I put them in this container with water on the bottom and another container on top. Kind of a dome humidity. And we'll see how they do and come back tomorrow or the next day. This one I just put sand in and sterile potting mix. It's a pro mix that's got perlite in it. I've got one cutting that has leaves on it, a little bit of leaves. These are more of a woody cutting. And that's a really thick woody cutting with no leaves on it. We'll come back and see how this goes. Here it is, day 3, and see the growth coming out on that. This is the hardwood sitting in the sand. And then this one already had green, so we just need to see some of the green that fell off replaced and roots forming. These guys are still soaking in the water. And I'm going to get a container and start potting them up today. Before you watch the rest of the clip, I want to add that when you get the goji berries, right away you want to make the choice of, are you going to put them in soil or are you going to put them in water to root? It could take as much as a month or more for roots to start developing, but in a minute I'll show you that I waited a week before I did all of them in a container with soil, and they're still doing fine, but it's best to do them right away. Even if you go out in the yard and you've got the right climate, you cut your bush, you can put it right in the ground and keep it watered, and it'll grow that way. Hi everyone, this is E, the Empty Nester. Welcome to my first adventure in the new lean-to greenhouse. I'm going to be planting cut-ins from goji berries. I got these about a week ago today in the mail and have had them in these containers. This is just a hard plastic container that you put over top of the branches, and it creates a mini greenhouse inside there. I also have this one where it's just an old banana pepper jar, and I've taken the seedlings and put them in here, and look at them today. I have to get them out of this heat right now, get them back in the house, but look at this was just a stick with no leaves, and within a week it has leaves. I'm going to take it out of the sand because you don't want to take a goji berry and disrupt the roots after they've started. Let's take a look inside here and see if there's no sign of real roots. I just got some, this is cocoa coir mixed with Pro Mix, and I'm going to stick it right into the center here, up to the first green leaf, and then put some more soil around it. Pack it in. This one here has been in the soil for a week. Let's take a look. There's no real sign of roots coming out. So I'll put it back in, and because you want it moist, but you don't want it sopping wet. Refill these guys. let's take some of our gardens and plant them. What's the hardest for me is to work with a humidity dome and transfer them back to regular air. You don't really even have to poke a hole because they don't have roots yet. You can just poke them in and press them down. I'm really excited about adding goji berries to my garden this year. You can see this is kind of a green cutting, and this is a more mature woody cutting. This one here, I'm going to take the bottom one off, and I can make that into a miniature little plant by itself. Take this, let's see, take this leaf right here off and let this turn into a root. Right there is kind of a little root starting on here. Put this in and firm it up a bit. Goji berries too also have thorn on them. This one doesn't, I don't see the thorn anywhere, but it will form. And goji berries don't like their roots disrupted once you get them going, so it's best to put them in a container that you're going to use to transplant them into another pot or into the soil. No roots on this one. But there's a hair right there, so a little bit of roots are starting. But when you expose these to a humidity dome, like the container that I'm planting it in, the leaves develop really quickly, and they also will wilt really quickly if you've got them in too much sun. Okay, put them in the container. I'll get the rest of these potted up and bring you back in just a minute. I'm not sure if you can see this or not. There's actually little hair roots developed on this one right here. I'm going to try this one a little different way. It's just a hardwood cutting and no growth on it yet, and I'm just going to lay it on the soil and put more soil on it and let it come up on its own. I found this root right here that's already growing with no top on it, and I'm just going to bury it over here in the corner. And then this is the little bitty sprout. I took off the other one, put it in the corner here, and see how this does just on its own. Put it on a shelf and let it grow. I got the container full here. Gonna get the lid on it and put it in a shady spot. Otherwise it'll overheat extremely fast. And then I've got extras down here. I need another container with a clear lid, but I can just put plastic over this one and it'll work the same. It's now a few days later, and this is how well the plant's doing. So I'll close for now, and I'll have updates as the summer goes along on how these are doing. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.